That's technology. A representative of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, colleague faculty and staff of the University of Ghana, past directors of the Institute of African Studies, UGR75 committee members, His Excellency the EU Ambassador, His Excellency the Dutch Ambassador, members of the Diplomatic Corps, special guest of honor, Dr. Diallo Abdurrahman, UNESCO country representative, invited guests, members of the press, students, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, and thank you all for making it to this exhibition. Today's exhibition is entitled Slavery Resistance Narratives in Northern Ghana. This exhibition is part of the University of Ghana as 75 celebration. The exhibition itself has a unique history. As part of the City of Memphis annual celebration, the City of Memphis provided resources for research and curating of the exhibition in Memphis in May 2022. Earlier, the Oral Traditions and Expressive Diversity Project, under the leadership of Professor Eti Sutherland and the late Dr. Edward Nambigni, who we deeply acknowledge, started the whole project collecting histories of slavery in Northern Ghana. As part of the engagement with Memphis, the Institute of African Studies was told that it could exhibit the same materials or modify them for exhibition in any part of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the subject of slavery is a unique theme in global discourse. Therefore, mounting an exhibition on this subject is of local, national, and international importance. We may have the honor of seeing a lot of exhibitions, but this one on resistance to slavery is of greater essence. As far as resistance to slavery and even attempts at abolition is concerned, there exist some major historical misapprehensions. It is a fact that some communities fought against slavery. Unfortunately, academics and public commentators have simply left out the role of communities and ethnic groups within the African continent who fought against slavery and the slave trade. Our history books are full of stories of the role of Quakers in the abolition of slavery. Quakers believe that all human beings are equal and worthy of respect. The same history books credit the British Parliament for abolition of slavery in 1807. Interestingly, in the course of researching for this exhibition, a woman who is also the custodian of the culture and history of resistance in Northern Ghana opened up the conversation on resistance and abolition by stating that, and I quote, "Nyungbasa kuma le nyungbasna ingwenya," which means every human being is a human being. This statement about the human essence is very similar to the philosophy that was held by the Quakers. The question is how this woman and her people who fought and held onto the traditions of resistance never got the same attention such as the Quakers or the British Parliament. In simple words, the contribution of some people within Ghana and the African continent towards abolition never got much attention in global and African historiography. This unfortunate incident is probably due to lack of knowledge about such histories of resistance or a lack of appreciation of the oral as an important source of history. Even though it is a dominant mode of storing our histories in this part of the world. Fortunately, this exhibition has converted the oral into visual images and has additionally provided text to guide the visual narratives. I do not intend to speak too much. As the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pictures that you will see speak a lot about the slave experience of people of Northern Ghana. On this note, I once again, on behalf of the Institute of African Studies, welcome all of you to this exhibition. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Director for that illuminating history on slavery in northern part of Ghana. And of course, for making us feel at home with your welcome address. Next on our program, we have our special guest, who is in the person of Mr. Abdulrahman Diallo, the country representative of UNESCO in Ghana. We will please take a very short remarks from him. Shall we please welcome Mr. Abdulrahman Diallo?
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. Good morning, everybody. Your Excellencies, Ambassadors of EU and Netherlands, Professor Nyusu. Yeah, I try to pronounce very well. Director of IAS, our Institute of African Studies, our host here. Dear lecturers present, dear students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure for me to be with you on the occasion of the opening of these exhibitions. And I really want first to thank you warmly, Institute of African Studies, for this initiative and for this exhibition, which is part of the 75th anniversary of the university, which has contributed in the development in the human capacity development here in Ghana, and has trained many Ghanaians, peoples of African peoples of African descent, and other on a lot of issues. I would like to commend those who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make these exhibitions a reality. It's consequential that today's event will add to the body of knowledge on the discourse around the history, the general history of Africa, and the legacies of the trade in enslaved people. As you are all aware, UNESCO, your organization, in 1994 launched the then called slave route programs. It was called the slave route program, and last year the executive board of UNESCO actually made a decision to change the title. Now it's called the enslaved routes roots of enslaved people program, resistance, liberty, and heritage. So this is a program launched in 1994, and next year we will celebrate its 30th anniversary. And this project, flagship project of UNESCO, has contributed to the production of innovative knowledge and the development of high-level scientific networks and the support of memory initiatives on the theme of slavery, its abolition, and the resistance it's generated. In Ghana, in 2003, there was a national conference on history, slave traffic, which was organized, and a call was made on the government to prioritize the slave route project, and the late Prof. Ankwanda and the eminent Ghanaian archaeologist and chairman of the Historic Slave Trade Committee indicated that the project should unite the globe, and Ghana has since then identified several national slave route sites, and as part of the itineraries and committees And all these have contributed to and culminated in the, I would say, the initiative of the Beyond the Return, the Year of Return and Beyond the Return are a consequence and the continuation of that initiatives. And it has also inspired a lot of private initiatives, such as the museums, the Bisa Berua museums in Sekandi, the projects of the renowned Ghanaian movie filmmakers Koansa, and also the project, also the ongoing project of the Pan-African World Heritage Museum. We can say that all these interventions and initiatives are products and illustration of the work and the legacy, I will say, of all what started earlier on the slavehood project here in Ghana. At the international level, the enslavement program has first played a major role in the breaking the silence around the history of slavery and placing this tragedy that has shaped the modern world in the universal memory. And late Prof. Ankwanda of blessed memory, including others such as Prof. Akosua Perbi, have made major contributions from Ghana. The enlistment of the fort and castles, the sites, the fort and castle, the 28 fort and castles has a World Heritage Site is another testament of Ghana's contribution to the discourse, to this discourse. Today, among its major objectives, the project contributes to the deracializing our vision and decolonizing our imagination of the world by deconstructing the discourses based on the concept of race that justified these systems of exploitation, promoting the contributions of people of African descent to the general progress of humanity, and questioning the social, cultural, and economic inequalities inherited from this tragedy. Enslaved people have always resisted, whether by weapon or by thought, that is through cultural resistance. The enslaved, although far from their native lands, took with their memory, whether musical, spiritual, or of any other kind. The best known, also one of the best known form of this cultural resistance is undoubtedly jazz, the direct heir to the songs called the Negro spirituals, in which the pronunciation, rhythm, and certain instruments used are remnants of African rites, condomné, capoeira, and even tango for some are legacies of these enslaved people. This resistance developed wherever the enslaved lived, as in southern Morocco, where the Gnawas are the musical pride of the country. UNESCO is working to preserve and enhance this heritage through publications, debates, and other public meetings so that its memory can contribute to the recognition of the cultural contribution of people of African descent. Furthermore, in keeping UNESCO commitment to supporting artists, the Roots of Enslaved People project seeks to develop and accompany contemporary creation on the themes of slavery, the slave trade and its contemporary consequences, which today's exhibition is attesting and contributing to by sharing the narratives of the different strategies and mechanisms what that people of northern Ghana employ to resist enslavement. It is my understanding that even the Mole National Park, is home to remains of sites of such nature. I should conclude by indicating that we need to safeguard the basic human rights of humankind and ensure that slavery is done away with all its front. We need to leverage digital platforms and social medias to create online communities and networks of potential partners to further and updating on progress. The UN and of course UNESCO in Ghana can contribute to support stakeholders to this. Using the general history of Africa, pedagogical tools developed, we need to establish partnership also with local media outlets, including newspapers, television, and radio stations to disseminate the general history of Africa related content and promote awareness of the project and how it contributes to the resistance by freeing Africa from mental slavery. We need to collaborate with popular local cultural influencers, artists, and celebrities to create engaging content, example for music, video, and storytelling that appeals to children, adolescents, and youth and encourages them to learn about African histories. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to close, I want to thank again IAS for bringing us on this occasion, this platform to bring all the partners together, all the intellectuals and sachants that are here and that are nurturing this knowledge house here in IAS. But I'm very happy to have here that you've been able to bring all the ambassadors and partners that are vibrant supporters, I would say, of this agenda. I'm pleased to share with you that we have a very good conversation with EU delegation, really to support the heritage and the cultural agenda of Ghana. Ghana Culture Forum representative are here. Last Tuesday, we witnessed about this partnership and the support from EU to help the country to develop its cultural policy and all the different activities, and of course for the heritage, and which is linked with this exhibition. We need and we encourage and we call for stronger supports. The northern part of Ghana and the exhibition will show what all we have and all the works and supports also that we need to ensure that we preserve those sites, and we help the Ghana committee also to ensure that all the identified itineraries and the sites are really well, first that the collection documentation is well made using all the potential that we have through digitals, but also that the sites are preserved, such as the one in Salaga and all others in the north. So thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you a successful exhibition. It's long, it will start here from June, and we will have the opportunity during this journey to continue this dialogue and mobilize the partners to come and concretely support you in your work. So congratulations and thank you again for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Abdulrahman Diallo, and especially on your commitment to promote the cultural heritage of Ghana. Thank you very much. Next on our agenda, we would have a short documentary on the exhibition that has brought us here at the moment. So I would call on the technical team to please roll it out. Thank you.
Come this way, you can see. You can get closer. The hole is this way.
The holes. Before you realize, if you're an unwelcome enemy and you get an arrow, the bows and arrow they use, even if you just crush you and they don't take immediate action, within 15 minutes you die. There were some of these deities we were talking about. We have this river, Kalugwe. It's one of the popular rivers where they use. That was one of the powerful river gods. Then we have Chalo. That's one of the river gods again. That was where, that time, what?
Can you pour it? But come on, the boo won't get this so far. That you're in a woman, Yamanka Kay.
All right, thank you very much for that, which is composed and put together by the technical team of IAS. Thank you to everybody who contributed in making that possible. I believe at this juncture, we are more anxious to get to know more about the exhibition. And for this reason, we would like to invite Professor Amoah Labi, who will share with us a very brief remark on the exhibition that we have today. Prof is joining us online, and I believe he's there. Please check.
Hello?
Prof, are you online?
Yes, I think so. Thank you very much. I would like to thank the director for acknowledging all the important dignitaries assembled here, so all protocols observed. I would like to recall one important lesson I learned in my history classes: to say the things that have not been said. And this was during a history class of Professor Dote. This exhibition tells us that there has been so much that has not been said. And today, the IAS is presenting an exhibition different from the commonly held views on slavery. The narratives have been skewed and presented as if it is only the Europeans who participated in it, putting very little importance on the local participants, and more importantly, on those who also resisted it. This exhibition comes to celebrate our local heroes and heroines who fought in various ways to resist the slave raiders. These narratives have been ignored in the scholarship, and the voices of these heroes and heroines have been completely ignored. So today we celebrate them, and as we celebrate them, we would want to introduce to you the methods that they used in resisting slavery. They used the landscape, the geological formations, locally manufactured weapons, bows and arrows, defensive mechanisms, the walls, the construction of the villages, the security. They solicited the assistance of the deities and gods as we heard in the interview in the documentary. They organized local residents to support the fighting, the men and women who provided the supplies to those in the front line. And today, the communities have maintained this knowledge through the narratives, and we want to celebrate them. We want to acknowledge all those who gave us information on the resistance mechanism to slavery. And communities such as the Builsa, who have incorporated the performances of the experiences in their festivals. And so as you go through the exhibition, you would see various mechanisms that were used to resist and fight off the slavery. And this is the new knowledge that as scholars we are putting forward. And we hope that this will be the launch pad for future research on different kinds of resistance strategies adopted in the various communities against the slave raiders. So you're welcome and enjoy the exhibition. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof, for that eye-opening remark. Thank you for that. I think at the beginning I indicated that the exhibition today is IAS' own special way of celebrating UG at 75. So at this moment, I would like to invite the committee chair for UG at 75, Professor Apusi Adumakwa, to give us a short remark. Thank you. Please let's do this. Good morning, everyone, and welcome again to the Institute of African Studies, which has been my home since 1989. I chair the University of Ghana at 75 Planning Committee, as you have heard, and I bring you greetings from the Vice Chancellor and the members of the committee, and want to congratulate the Institute and
I include myself in the receiving end of those congratulations. The Institute has always been at the forefront of resistance work. These days, decolonizing curricula, the academy, our texts, our knowledge has become a buzzword. But we know that our forefathers and foremothers have been doing resistance work for a long time. And indeed, when this institute was established, Kwame Nkrumah challenged us to approach our work from African-centered perspectives, because he was very cognizant of the fact that knowledge in the quote-unquote modern youth was very much a Eurocentric product. So as a university and at 75 Planning Committee, we're very pleased that the Institute is including these kinds of activities, and there will be more, I am sure, from the Institute in celebrating our 75th anniversary. We know the Institute will continue to be a space where there will be resistances to all manner of impositions on the way higher education and knowledge production should be done. So once again, Director and Fellows, congratulations and warm, warm celebratory greetings from UG at 75. Before I take my seat, let me just also announce that the next public lecture will be on the 6th of April. It will be delivered by Dr. Yao Graham, and it will be looking at Ghana's economy. I am sure that we all will be really interested to hear what his thoughts are on where we are now as a nation when it comes to our economy. So thank you very much again.
All right, thank you very much for that. We are gradually almost at the end of the program. At this moment, I would like to invite Dr. Edemadute, who will give us the concluding remark. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. All protocols observed. Just a short disclaimer, if you see on the program, you have Dr. Irene Apininado. I'm not Irene Apininado. On behalf of the Director of the Institute of African Studies, Professor Samuel Teusu, I would like to thank you all for making the time to be part of this exhibition, which, as he rightly indicated, is just one in a series of projects that the Institute has lined up regarding our slave narratives. I would also like to say a special thank you to the following whose support will be possible. First of all, to the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, the UG at 75 committee, which is led by our own former director, Professor Kusiak Marco Ampofo, for the generous grants, and also including the Institute in the university celebration. We would also like to thank our former director, the immediate past director, Professor Chikata, under whose leadership this project was carried out. Of course, we cannot forget the people of Golu, Pikoro, Sankana, Sandima, and Salaga, especially the elders and chiefs of this community, who actually welcomed us to this space and granted us extensive interviews. We would also like to thank the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board, who also gave us certain materials as part of the exhibition. Let me also take the opportunity to acknowledge the presence of some other past directors of the Institute. We see in our best Professor George Hager. I would like to thank you very much for being here to open the exhibition for us. Finally, thanks goes to the EU and Dutch ambassadors, as well as the UNESCO country representative, Mr. Abdurrahman Diallo. We are very grateful for your presence and support. And as again we said, okay. The director has tasked me to acknowledge some other people, so I'll just get into that. So we have in our list Arihad Razali, that is ambassador of the European Union to Ghana. Honorable Tashinidit, the European Union, Jackie Hinju, Namibian High Commissioner. We have Emmanuel Ashreng, Gilbert, and Alexander Duche, also of Gilbert. We have Mr. Akuno, our own Mr. Akuno Dake, here with us from Heritage Development. We have Dr. Sowari from the University of California Exchange Program, and Mrs. Sharon Kante, who is the director of that program. Anakwa Dramina of CDD, Jeroen Vihen of, Ambassador Jeroen Vihen, who is the Netherlands ambassador, Mr. Grecha of Miasa, and Vita Kenneth David of the Public Affairs Director of the University of Ghana. This makes my work very easy because now we have a very tall list of people to call on or to follow on as we try to push these projects forward. So very soon we'll be knocking on the doors to support these projects that the Institute wants to carry out. Thank you very much, and please enjoy it.
All right, thank you very much. I think at this moment, we are about to usher ourselves into the main exhibition, but we have some short announcements. For those of us online, there would be a video that is showing as we go online to tour the exhibition. So you can please stay online and then enjoy the exhibition with us. And there is another short announcement. I left the phone here, I can't find it. So in case someone had to have it back. And again, no. Yeah, and yeah, so our exhibition will be open to us by our former director, Professor Hagan, as has been announced. And please, at 12 o'clock, we have a special seminar right here in the seminar room, which will be delivered by one of us in IAS, Dr. Pitana, on the topic, Institutional Clash in Natural Resource Management, Bushegu in Focus. So please, if you are available, you can join us right here at noon for that talk. Thank you very much once again for coming to this exhibition. You can please enjoy the show. Thank you. Yes, so I think Prof can lead us to the opening of the exhibition. Prof Hagan is the one who would cut it. Thank you.